Hello, Aries. Welcome to Channel Rockaritaville. I'm El Rock, your hostess, and we are here to do your timeless intuitive energy reading for the week ahead for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Aries. As always, this is a general reading, so if the story that I pull out today isn't your story, you might check out your moon and rising sign on the channel because there could be something there for you, and perhaps your other placements as well. And then finally, I want to thank all of my new subscribers, my returning subscribers, and those of you just popping by the channel just to check it out. Thank you so much for being here. Your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments all help the channel grow. So thank you for being a part of Rockaritaville. And with all of that said, let's find out what the most influential energy is in the week ahead for Aries. And how about if we shed some light on the situation? Yeah. All right. Most influential energy for the week ahead for Aries, please. We are starting with a mixed deck today, Aries. It is a plant energy and an animal energy deck that I've combined, the illustrated herbiary and bestiary. What is the overarching energy for the week ahead for Aries, please? Most influential energy for Aries in the week ahead. I'll grab that card here in just a second. So your most influential energy in the week ahead is human, and the energy of that is remember forgetting. Now, the energy of human, because this is an animal deck, right? We see ourselves as something other than animals because of our sophistication, and yet we're still animals, right? We're mammals. And this is about remembering your connection to all things Aries. And, perhaps there's something about the animal nature that's coming forward here, potentially for somebody specific. But whatever this is not just remembering your connection with all things, plants and animals, but remembering that greater connection with yourself as well, Aries. So remember forgetting is your most influential energy in the week ahead. So you're going to have connections. Uh, yes, connections. Disparate connections, I'm hearing. So things that don't seem related that are coming in that are related. Information, like connecting the dots. I just keep hearing connections. So, what else do we have for Aries overarching energy for the week ahead, please? Tell me more for Aries. All right, so we have the spotted skunk standing up for yourself. So, in the week ahead, you are definitely being called to stand in your power, Aries. Spotted skunk, I love the energy of this card because the energy of this card is one in which you make yourself known and you say your piece, and it's powerful, right? Because skunk scent is very powerful and it hangs around for a while, but it never does any real harm to anything. And that's what's important to know about the skunk energy. And the skunk energy is assertive energy, not aggressive energy, right? And so while it can be an aggressive move to spray with skunk, whatever this is, you get your point across without actually doing any real damage to anything. And then we have nuthatch change your perspective. So the medicine of nuthatch. So nuthatch has an extra toe, and what that gives nuthatch the ability to do is it can actually instead of going up a tree, it can go down a tree. And what it does is it stores and hides food and bark in a reverse position so that no other birds or predators will really find them, because nuthatch has this special thing about its toe, which gives it the ability to do something that other birds can't do. So, this really makes sense in terms of, changing your perspective and remember forgetting that with this additional information coming in, you're perhaps going to have to adjust your point of view in the week ahead, Aries. And understanding that also in adjusting your point of view and remembering something that maybe got away from you, that this opens up a new position for you. It opens up further insights, right? When a bird is going down a tree in the reverse position of every other bird, it's seeing things from a point of view that no other bird is, right? And this is part of remembering. So as you reverse your position on something, you are going to remember what you forgot about it. You're going to see things from a different point of view. You're going to get insights and information that you need because you went in the reverse direction and went and looked at what you forgot, a missed detail of some sort, something that comes back to you that gives you the tools that you need to stand up for yourself. It's some sort of fact, it's some sort of data or piece of information that was let go that changes your position or your point of view. Tell me a little bit more in the week ahead for Aries, please. More influencing energy in the week ahead for Aries. One more card, please. Aries. Did that flip? Nope. Aries, week ahead, please. There we go. Inner Sanctum, Sweet Violet. So, Sweet Violet is here for you to take you within, to find that treasure, what's been locked away and kept away. Your inner sanctum, a place of meditation, a place of inner quietude, that's going to help you clear that space to remember whatever it is you're remembering, to take that new perspective. If you're being called to stand up for yourself, which you are in the week ahead with Spotted Skunk, you're going to want to look at things from a point of view, all points of view, right? And that will empower you to approach the situation with boundaries and not necessarily emotional reactions. When skunk is in a situation where it's determining if what it's come upon is predatory or if it's friendly, skunk's going to give the potential predator the opportunity to get out, right? So you're probably going to send up a warning system of some sort before you spray, right? Spray is probably some form of verbal energy, sharing our words, sharing information, exchanging points of view, understanding what boundaries may have been crossed, setting standards, that type of thing. Those aren't bad things that needs to be done because you teach people how to treat you and you teach people how to be in certain situations. It's setting a certain type of standard, I think. At the bottom of the deck, we have marshmallow here, a spoonful of sugar. What I love about marshmallow, and it's been coming out a ton, is that it's here to really soften the edges. So marshmallow could be seen as, maybe the tomato juice that you put on your dog after it's been sprayed by a skunk, right? That's what marshmallow is here for this week. And so just know that this energy of boundaries that's present in your weak Aries also is accompanied by sweetness. When we can kindly and collaboratively teach people things, then we empower them rather than embarrass and disable them, right? It's our cutting words, it's our hateful words, it's our intolerance. And so often we as adults could be in any given situation considered to be in a child state at any given time. You don't know what's happened in somebody's day, you know? And so the spoonful of sugar is just here to remind you that there's some softening and some sweetness that can come from this in the week ahead, Aries. Let's find out a little bit more. We're going to clarify with the Patch Tarot deck. Tell me more about human. What is Aries remembering that they have forgotten? Tell me more about Aries. What they're remembering. I'll grab that off the floor here in a second. All right. And then, so the King of Cups, emotional stability, generosity, sharing. So you may have been or are in a situation where there's been the opposite of this, right? Some selfishness, maybe some taking, maybe some overgiving on your part, Aries. And what the King of Cups is here to do, it's responding to that with generosity. Now, the King of Cups, you know, he's got the Neptune energy. He's in balance with his emotions. He's got the cup, the fire there. There's a storm, and yet he's still balanced and capable within the storm. And so you're being reminded to respond with generosity in the week ahead, Aries. So that's very interesting. How are the eyes on this? Do we have? Okay. Tell me more about skunk. How is Aries standing up for themselves in the week ahead, please? I see a little, from my position, this little spot in the center of Skunk's head looks like a heart to me, especially from the eyes on it position that I had. That this might have something to do with love. I'm getting that there's love on the mind here, Aries. Whatever it is that you're doing in terms of standing up for yourself, I'm getting that this is a sense of coming from a place of love. Maybe you're standing up for a child with a school teacher, perhaps. But that little heart on his forehead is just sticking out to me. And of course, hopefully, you know, with me putting the cards in your face, you guys are also getting messages of your own. I know when I watch other readers on YouTube and I'm looking at their cards, I always get my own messages. So maybe that's just something specific for somebody out there. Tell me about spotted skunk, please, in the week ahead. For Aries. There we go. 10 of Wands. So some kind of a burden. It's resolution, it's resolve, it's just continuing on. And, you know, there's passion and there's fire. It's also the end of a cycle here with that 10. So whatever the standing up for yourself is, there's a cycle ending. Tell me more, please. Yeah, okay, you're walking away. Oof. Card party. Okay, hang on. Now, we've got a little bit of a wobble here because we're in the balance between, so the 8 of Cups in the upright position is renunciation. It's simply, you know, I'm good. I'm resolved. I don't need to continue having this experience. I'm moving out of it. I'm leaving behind what doesn't work because I know it doesn't work. I've tried it enough times to know. When it's in the reverse position, this is, I got to get the F out of here right now. This is abandonment. It's fear. You're being driven more by just the sheer energy of, what's the word that I'm looking for? Resistance is the word. You're so resistant that you literally can't stay in the space anymore, that you're pushing yourself out of it, right? It's complete and total abandonment. It's forfeiting all things. It's done without a sense of purpose. The only purpose is to no longer be in the situation. Where when you're renunciating, you've got a greater purpose, right? You understand that these things didn't work, and yet you understand that there are also things that you're walking towards, Aries. You've got these dreams here of what it is that you want, that you're willing to let go of these 5 to achieve these 3. So, whatever this is, it's the resolve of leaving that cycle behind. With this bird in the cage, maybe this cage can't be lifted. Maybe it is the resolve of just releasing that to be able to rise up and out. And so, whatever it is that you're standing up for with this in the sideways position, the 8 of Cups, is that the energy is fluctuating between the abandonment and the desperation of needing to be out of the situation versus the strategy of renunciating the situation. So however it is that you're standing up for yourself in the week ahead with Spotted Skunk, be mindful of your 8 of Cups energy, in that you can balance this and be strategic about how you want to move away from the situation versus an overt, I'm not doing this anymore and I never want to talk to you again, right? That's kind of the difference in the energies there, Aries. So tell me a little bit more about Nuthatch, please. Changing your perspective. Aries, tell me more, Nuthatch. Doors are opening, it looks like. You have a door here and a door here. And you're of 2 minds, of 2 positions, doors closing and doors opening, and which ones are the best ones. And the energy of human, remembering forgetting, and your responsiveness and your generosity. In any given situation, Aries, what you're looking for is you're looking for the energy of the situation. People, humans, they say things and then their energy doesn't match the things that they say, and it can be really, really confusing sometimes. And so be willing to tap into your intuition in the week ahead and be mindful of that. Being mindful of masks that are being worn, and also the doors that are opening and the doors that are closing. If a door is closing and you think you want to stick your foot in it and you're not entirely sure you want that door to close, consider it. Maybe pulling your foot out's the best thing. Maybe putting your foot back in is the best thing and trying to save the relationship. Only you know which direction is best for you, Aries. And so whatever it is, you've got doors opening and closing. You've got extra help with the extra toe. You've got multiple points of view and multiple perspectives. And I also get here, be mindful of being mirrored. So if you're in a situation and you're trying to set a boundary or create a communication or a flow of conversation here, be mindful of being mirrored back, that somebody's listening well enough to tell you what you want to hear. Okay? Just be mindful of that energy in the atmosphere. Tell me more about Nuthatch, please. I'll pick that up here in a second. right. So, illumination, the sun. So, information is coming in. Again, when I was talking about that interconnectedness, um, what is this water horse? Is this. Okay, so to me, the water symbolizes emotions, and the squiggles that are coming out of its mouth is the verbal communication. So somebody's communicating emotionally and not logically, and that illumination is coming to the forefront for you in the week ahead. And oh, interesting. Um, the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor in reverse is a tyrant, Aries. And this is a manipulative, highly influential authority figure. And so, maybe interesting. So this is, there's no love lost here. I'm wondering if this is a work situation. Um, Aries, if you're in a situation that's not easily changeable right away, for example, this is a boss for you, or maybe a landlord or something of that nature. Um, if you can change your position or your structure and illuminate perhaps another point of view. Maybe you see this person as an a-hole tyrant, and what they really are is an A-type personality that likes a lot of structure, that likes to be in control. You don't know why somebody might have a need for control, but if they're uber controlling, it's because somewhere in their life they felt out of control and they put in structure in place to be able to manage and create a sense of structure or boundaries. And the way that's communicated is ineffective for you. So it comes across as tyrannical. So perhaps the illumination here with this emperor is learning how to change your perspective and understand a different point of view to empower you in the situation better. Aries, other people don't change. So, if you're waiting for the world to change its opinion about you, you've got a long wait. You can change your opinion about the world, right? That's where the power lies, is in our own mindscape. There's a lot of real estate in there that other people have bought out and put their ideas and belief systems in place, and we've agreed to them. And Aries, if you've agreed to a certain structure that now you're kind of stuck in, how can you reframe that structure to find out how it works for you and what you can take away from it? So what muscle is this building in you? Because you're in that place of Eight of Cups, that energy between abandonment and renunciation. And, how you do that in the healthiest manner for you is what's important, Aries. So tell me more about inner sanctum, please. Sweet Violet, inner sanctum. Yeah, a lot of illumination, a lot of energy coming in this week with the sun. Things are coming out of the shadows. You're understanding things from a different point of view. You've got it's like you've put on a pair of glasses that has expanded your vision. Tell me more about inner sanctum, please. All right. So, in the sideways position, we have the truth, and that is speaking and silence. In the upright position, it is speaking your truth. This is coming out a lot for people this week. I want to say I've seen it in like 3 or 4 readings. So, with speak, this is speaking your truth and going into your inner sanctum in that state of silence, right? That quietude, to be able to understand how you want to take a position. Do you take a position of abandonment, or do you take a position of renunciation, meaning this is no longer a part of our relationship, or this is no longer a part of how we interact with each other, right? And understanding how to approach that empowers you to be able to speak your truth. So in that state of silence, you're going to learn what it is that you want to speak about. And then also in the sideways position came the Lovers. So this is, a more influential relationship. This is a deeper, committed type relationship. Now, in this particular patch tarot deck, in the upright position, it's marriage, and in the reverse position, it's divorce. So we could also see this, if this was a work situation, as unity and division, right? So if this is a love relationship, again, that energy here of you needing to stand up for yourself, that there's something that's out of balance for you, Aries. And, as always, these are general readings, you guys. So if we've got cross watchers on, I give all my readings as though I'm speaking to the sign directly, but energy's fluid, it's dynamic. So if I'm talking about you, take it as it resonates. So if this is a higher level of union, an actual marriage or an intimate relationship of some sort, it could be a relationship with a boss or something of that nature. This is the relationship that's being reviewed in your inner sanctum this week. The relationship or the situation that you are deciding to abandon or renunciate, that you're remembering, forgetting, and your truth needs to be spoken. And, perhaps that's just showing up and asking if that person is available to just hear what you have to say, and just be a good listener, right? So that's kind of what's coming in. Give me a little bit more clarity on marshmallow, please. A spoonful of sugar. What is that here for? Marshmallow. Clarify marshmallow. Yep. Okay, 2 of Wands. We'll grab it. And the King of Discs. So there's a decision being made. So basically there's 2 people of 2 minds. One mind wants to go one direction, one mind wants to go the other direction, and the genesis is that at some point something gives. There's a new creation, there's a new ace in the works here, an ace of pentacles, an ace of wands, an ace of swords. It's something that's come out of the creation mode, and now it's in the next level. So it was probably an ace of wands, which was a passionate new beginning, and passionate new beginnings create a series of choices that unfold, Aries. And as those series of choices come in front of you, you begin to have to choose directions. You start to look at your life compass and understand, am I going forward with this person? Am I going left with this job? Am I going right with this new purchase? You begin to understand that life is a series of decisions, and you start to work through your determination to gain what this is. The other person involved, either they'll align with you or they won't. If they don't align with you, it's a form of protection, Aries. It's not necessarily a loss, even though it can absolutely feel that way in the moment. There will be benefits that step forward for whatever that energy is that you've chosen, because you're satisfied with your choice, but not everybody is. Where are we for time? Okay, so the King of Discs, this is that standard, hardworking, step-by-step action. We could look at this Genesis here, and I'm seeing the sacred geometry there also in the center of it. Is that the flower of life? I'm not sure which one it is, but anyway, the point being that your determination, right, to grow what it is that you're nurturing in your life, can we get that? There we go. Will be a step-by-step process. So we could look at this golden road in this 2 of Wands as each one of those little pieces back here as a stair step, right? And each one of those will be a step that takes you higher into your evolution. So this is the beginning of something for you. And the spoonful of sugar is here, that the practical effort is what soothes you in the week ahead, right? It's finding comfort in making decisions and then walking them out, Aries. Wow, really fascinating reading. At bottom of the deck is the Prince of Swords. So it's cerebral, it's in the mind state, it's clear communication. It's, he's on this little chariot here being pulled by the other four elements. And he's making plans. He's taking action and he's walking it out. So whatever the decision is, whatever you're remembering and that you're standing up for, and that you've got that determined, king here, whatever it is, your inner sanctum with this important relationship that's in flux, with the lovers, and just understanding that the truth is coming out for you. You've got some kind of a tyrannical structure here that you're needing to take a different point of view on, that's going to illuminate you and put you in that mind space, that cerebral mind space of greater understanding, Aries. What will Aries benefit from surrendering in the week ahead, please? What will Aries benefit from surrendering in the week ahead? What will Aries benefit from surrendering in the week ahead, please? Aries. This deck's just not a flippy deck, so. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Aries, are you pissy because you aren't getting instant gratification in a situation that you want? You're considering abandoning it because the time has not yet arrived? When you're doing your analysis over the week ahead, and you're looking at those pros and cons and those strengths and those opportunities, look at divine timing as a strength. Every minute and every day that you have to polish yourself, Aries, is a day longer that you have to show up as the best version of yourself in any given relationship at any given time. Own that for yourself, Aries. You beautiful little ram. And Aries, of course, this is the Emperor too. So Aries, if you're the one being the tyrant in this situation, be mindful of that. Little Rambo here. Rambo. Sorry, that made me... I amused myself just now, Aries. Couple more cards, please, for surrender. What will Aries benefit from surrendering in the week ahead, please? Surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Yes, absolutely. You've got generosity here. You've got, the King of Cups. You've got the King of Discs. If this is a relationship, and you can, reclaim a new point of view in terms of structure, and the Sun card with illumination, your success is waiting for you. Go grab it because it's totally here. Absolutely here. The ending of cycles, the genesis and the start of something new with that Two of Wands. Finally, surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. You are a beautiful soul, Aries. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't play small. Surrender to divine timing, and also surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. That's your king. That's walking it out in super practical ways. Do you remember when I talked to you about the stair steps with that Genesis, that Two of Wands card? Each step is a step to the top. It's a step to the light. It's a step to that success that's waiting for you. So start taking your steps, just start walking it out. Spend time in meditation. Allow yourself to be available to illumination. And whatever this higher level of relationship is, love, if it's a workplace thing, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's sexual. You could have amazing relationships that absolutely are non sexual. Whatever it is, it means something to you. And go into that inner sanctum and be willing to speak up. Because if you want this to work, it's here to support it working. You just, my beautiful Aries, you just need to speak up and do it in a really healthy way. Spend time in that inner sanctum and make space for that healthy communication to come out for this love and this sun. So I love you, Aries. Thank you for being here, and I will catch you next week. Have a good one. Bye.